Like, share and subscribe. Introduction. Prepaid legal plan. Why you need legal help. We're likely to need legal help at least once a year, yet most of us don't actively seek legal help. This is borne out of data from a survey conducted by Leo J. Shapiro and Associates, on behalf of the American Bar Association's section of litigation, which shows that close to 3/4 of American adults experience some event during a 12-month period that may require the services of a lawyer. Over half of those who needed an attorney chose not to hire one, and close to 80% of those yet to experience legal problems gave strong indications they might go down the same route. Why all the doom and gloom? Price is the most sticking point for most consumers. When it comes to hiring a lawyer, hourly fees of $100 up to $1,000 are out of reach of most people's budget. And then comes the trepidation of searching for a good attorney and the right service. There is a lot of uncertainty and confusion as what a lawyer will do, and how to tell the good from the bad. A legal plan may solve these problems and change the way you think of legal services. Thanks to this arrangement, you can now talk to a lawyer whenever you have a problem, without fear this will leave you out of pocket. In fact, you don't even need to be embroiled in a legal problem to get legal advice. Just pick up the phone, call your attorney and get the necessary legal advice susceptible of resolving any potential problems with professional legal advice and follow-up. You can prevent 90% of your legal questions becoming legal problems. Basic services such as the drafting of your will, review of sample health contracts and writing letters on your behalf are handled at no cost to you. If you want further coverage to include family problems, such as a divorce or custody of children, and any legal representation in court, then you simply pay a premium and get more inclusive coverage. Even if your plan doesn't cover complex legal matters, it can still save you money on those sky-high attorney fees. Discounts of up to 20% are offered on hourly and flat rates. Ultimately, it's not all down to how much you can save. Having an attorney readily available at all times gives you peace of mind, in the knowledge that there is someone you can use on retainer for advice and help on anything of legal nature. Types of prepaid legal services. Over 100 million Americans are signed up for prepaid legal services. Also called legal insurance, these plans are similar to those provided by health maintenance organizations, HMOs, and cover the legal needs of the member, spouse and any dependent children. In a prepaid legal service plan, the customer pays a fixed monthly subscription fee of up to $25 for the services of pre-selected lawyers. The most basic plans provide advice and consultation by telephone. Plan members receive a few hours of free office consultation with their assigned attorney. They may also include review and advice on simple legal documents, preparation, drafting or an update of a simple will. Phone calls and letters can be written on behalf of members, a service helpful for credit problems and consumer protection. More comprehensive plans cover clients' personal legal needs, ranging from services that require more time and effort on the part of your attorney, such as contracts, wills and deeds, to legal representation in negotiations and court cases related to family matters, bankruptcy and real estate issues. Who regulates prepaid legal plans? Prepaid legal service providers are required to provide either a written agreement of the services provided in their plans, or at least a written communication concerning the services covered, together with the fees to be charged for services not covered in the written agreement of membership. However, most people gloss over terms and conditions and just sign the agreement assuming they are covered for most legal services. This usually gives rise to frequent complaints about the service, fee disputes and complaints about attorneys. Generally, if you have any complaint with your service, you should first address any such complaint with your service provider. Contact them to get information regarding their in-house complaint process and settlement of disputes. If you are unsatisfied, then it helps to know who regulates your kind of legal insurance. Your state's Department of Consumer Affairs licenses and regulates all prepaid legal plans. Prepaid legal service companies are required to register with the department prior to commencing business and appoint a sales representative. Further regulation can be provided by your local bar association. Prepaid legal plans promote preventive law. Many people believe they need the services of a lawyer, under a prepaid legal service scheme, to solve a legal problem or resolve an intricate situation. Often, your lawyer's most valuable help could be before you get involved in legal trouble. When you sign up for a prepaid legal plan, you have the right to unlimited, toll-free telephone access to your attorney. The sound advice and consultation given to you by your lawyer will help you take the necessary steps to detect and resolve any potential legal problems before they take more dangerous proportions. This is called in legal jargon therapeutic jurisprudence or preventive law. Just as preventive medicine helps prevent disease by detecting their symptoms, preventive law helps prevent serious legal consequences by detecting early problems. In an increasingly litigious society, there is real concern that assets you have worked long and hard to accumulate may be attacked by creditors and litigants, through no fault of your own. By the time a potential claim or liability is identified, it's too late to act. A competent attorney's advice is your best option to minimize your exposure to potential risks and protect yourself from legal problems getting out of hand. Who is involved in legal services? When you subscribe to a prepaid legal service, you're likely to deal with an attorney and a number of other individuals and organizations who are involved in one way or another with the service. It's important to understand the role of each participating party in a legal service plan, particularly when you're unhappy with the service or when fee disputes or any other litigation with your provider arises. So who is involved in your prepaid legal arrangement? Your lawyer. You get to choose your attorney from a pool of attorneys in the network. Your lawyer is your point of contact for any phone advice or office consultation. He is the one who furnishes other legal services specified in your written agreement with your provider. He drafts your will, reviews simple contracts for you, writes letters on your behalf, and makes phone calls to adverse third parties. If you are unsatisfied with the quality of work you are getting from your current attorney in the network, then you have the choice of choosing alternate attorneys. You can also make a complaint to your provider's in-house charge of complaints. If you benefit from legal services under a group plan scheme, then there are a number of parties who are involved in this scheme. First, the contracted firm, just as is the case with an individual plan, is the one which provides all the legal help through its network of attorneys. There are also two parties involved in the deal, a plan administrator and a plan sponsor. A plan sponsor is the organization you are a member of, which sponsors your legal plan. Your sponsor can either choose to provide the legal services as a fringe benefit, as is the case with most employers, pre-charge for the service. Universities usually charge for any legal service as part of tuition fees or charge low costs, as do trade unions under a group bargaining scheme. Your plan administrator is the person appointed by your sponsor to arrange for the panel of lawyers from the contracted firm to provide services, collects all the fees paid into a prepaid plan, publicizes the plan, and handles enrollment and marketing. The administrator may be an employee of the sponsor, an insurance company, or an outside firm. Regulating authority. Authorities that regulate prepaid plans provide you with an outline of how prepaid legal services are managed and also an outlet in case there are any complaints. Individual prepaid legal plans are generally regulated by your state Department of Consumer Affairs. If you're an employee participating in a group plan funded by your employer, then the legal services are covered and regulated under the Deferral Employee Retirement Income Security Act, ERISA. Prepaid legal services for small business. If you reoperating your own business, you cannot afford to go it alone. When it comes to legal matters, the ever-increasing complexities of law, spiraling costs of lawsuits, and the proliferation of government red tape can land you in a lot of trouble. The flip of the coin is hardly attractive either. Hiring a lawyer can constitute a substantial financial investment many cash-strapped small businesses and entrepreneurs cannot sustain. Lawyers charge a minimum of $200 per hour when it comes to business law, and it can get very costly if you are involved in lengthy legal procedures, complicated contracts, or business transactions. There may just be a glitter of hope in prepaid legal plans. For a set monthly price, some legal providers are now bundling a whole suite of legal services especially tailored to the needs of small businesses. Whether you need phone consultation on the legal complexities of a lease contract, or require legal representation during tax audits, a prepaid plan can help you manage legal costs. An array of services is included as standard coverage at no cost to you in the plan, and any legal matters not covered can be provided with a discount on fees. Before you take the leap, you need to keep some caveats in mind. You need to know more about the quality of service you are likely to get. While lower fees do not necessarily infer lower quality of work, it is always necessary to bear in mind that legal specialization plays a crucial part and lawyers are not interchangeable. Ask for references from previous clients or ask entrepreneurs who have used the services of the provider about the quality of work they have received from them. Use your state bar association, service organizations in your locale and your local better business bureau to research law firms and the background of the attorneys in the network before selecting them. Things to look for are the number of years they have been operating, complaints from previous customers, the education background of attorneys, professional track record and so forth. With the increasing amount of small businesses involved in litigation and fee disputes with their legal providers, it's important to give some thought to alternative courses of actions when dealing with disputes. Ask your prospective provider about the way in which they settle disputes or complaints. Do they have an in-house procedure to deal with complaints, appoint a senior attorney to deal with such things, or do you simply have to settle out of court? The Access Legal Plan. Prepaid legal plans come in a variety of types depending on the scope of legal coverage they provide. The most basic prepaid plan is designed to make the simple legal services readily available to the general public at low cost. These plans typically cost between $10 and $30 per month billed in advance. You get unrestricted toll-free number telephone access to a lawyer for legal advice and consultation. You can also make brief office consultations to talk to your lawyer about any legal problems you may be encountering. Your lawyer can also write letters or make phone calls on your behalf. This can help resolve many problems before they escalate further. Other services provided are not overly time-consuming. The drafting of your will to distribute your property after your death, review of your trust and any other simple legal document. If you require any other service beyond the scope of a basic plan, then you can either pay discounts on regular lawyer fees or pay a premium to upgrade to a more comprehensive plan. Prepaid legal plans. You can get them for free. They say the best things in life are free. In the case of prepaid legal plans, this may just hold true. Prepaid legal plans offer a range of legal services on call for a fixed monthly charge of up to $25 per month. With such a low monthly payment, most people are only too happy to get a legal coverage they wouldn't have otherwise dreamt of in the stultifying, money-grabbing world of lawyers. But did you know, you could get all of that coverage free of charge? In a bid to cut on administration costs, employers, labor unions and universities are now providing legal services at discounted or no cost altogether to their members. Employers are increasingly sponsoring legal plans to their employees as a fringe benefit, as part of their Employee Assistance Program (EAP). Labor unions fund plans offered as member benefit, or under a collective bargaining scheme, in which case new members are eligible to huge discounts. Universities are equally as involved with legal plans offered to students and staff. A prepaid service is worth the money. You may be covered when it comes to health, life, car or home insurance, but what about legal coverage? The question is not if you'll need a lawyer, but when. According to the American Bar Association, ABA, Americans have come to view legal assistance as a necessity. Yet most Americans have not used a lawyer more than once due to the sky-high attorney fees anywhere from $100 to $1,000 per hour and the trepidation involved in the search for legal services. Prepaid legal insurance might just be the answer you have been looking for. The concept is simple. For a fixed monthly subscription, you get telephone access to advice from a lawyer. You pay a fixed amount in advance each month to defray the cost of legal services furnished in the future. These services span various areas of the law, anywhere from reviews of simple legal documents and the writing of a simple will to more comprehensive coverage of trials, divorce, bankruptcy and real estate issues. Prepaid legal coverage is a very attractive proposition for people who don't have the resources to retain a lawyer on a regular basis whenever they need assistance. You effectively have a network of attorneys you can use as retainer to seek preliminary advice about what the issues are and how the procedures work whenever legal matters arise. Services not covered by the plan are available to members for a discount on regular hourly rates or flat fees. A hard fact, however, is that more than half of new subscribers drop out of a prepaid plan after their first year. One reason could be that many members don't require any legal assistance during their first year, so opt out. Another reason is the scope of services offered, which are very basic and limited in nature. Most plans have certain caps or maximums as far as benefits provided are concerned, and purport to offer discount on standard attorney fees instead. However, by virtue of simply calling around by yourself, you could probably negotiate a lower rate. Another problem with prepaid legal plans is the likelihood of getting assigned to a novice attorney. Because of cost considerations, many of the companies behind PrePaid services assign trainee or inexperienced attorneys to handle phone consultation and drafting of simple legal documents. You are also less likely to build rapport and understanding, two of the most important attributes of choosing a good attorney, as over 90% of the work is done over the phone. Benefits of prepaid legal plans. Prepaid legal services can be a very attractive alternative to hiring a lawyer for many people. You should consider the importance and relative priority of these benefits in light of your own legal needs. So what are the benefits going prepaid compared to conventional hire of lawyers? Benefit number 1. Cost effective. Prepaid legal plans can take the sting out of hiring a lawyer. Lawyers' fees are prohibitive for most people. You can run bills of $1,000, and this is simply out of reach of most working and middle-class families. With prepaid plans, what you get charged is more in line with what you pay for your health or home insurance. Plans start as low as $9 per month and typically don't exceed the $30 mark. Benefit number 2. Simplicity. There is a number of very complicated set of fees lawyers charge. Contingency fees, flat fees, statutory fees and hourly rates. In the case of contingency and statutory fees, you have to get into the intricate details of how these fees are computed. Say for a contingency fee, how much is the lawyer's commission and their regulatory nature? Who regulates the statutory fee, and how do I know if these fees are in line with regulatory guidelines? The other two types of fees can be equally as complex. Increasingly, attorneys choose to incorporate any overheads they incur, like secretarial expenses, parking charges and travel fees, into their flat and hourly fees. They can also set a minimum number of billing units, like 3/10 of an hour, 18 minutes, irrespective of how long it takes them to deal with your problem. This is just a sample rundown of what might influence the various fees charged by lawyers. Other factors and arrangements can apply too. Contrast this with the simplicity in which prepaid legal services are priced and furnished. The process is simple and straightforward. You sign an agreement to pay a fixed monthly fee, and that's about it. If what you're looking for is not covered, your plan provider will give you a prior notice of a different billing so that you know exactly how much you will be charged. Benefit number 4. Preemptive law. Prepaid plans offer unlimited phone consultation and advice. This aspect of the service can save you a lot of trouble, money and time in the future. Most legal problems you are likely to face in your day-to-day life can be solved if you take the necessary steps in line with the law. With the right advice and consultation with your lawyer, you can detect legal blunders before they occur and hence minimize the risk of litigation and protection. Group legal plans. Group legal plans in the workplace have experienced rapid growth recently because of their usefulness to both employer and employee alike. For the employee, a group legal plan is a cheap way to get legal coverage in much the same way as other traditional benefits. For as little as $20 per month deducted from payroll, an employee is put in touch with an attorney who can draft his will, buy or refinance a home, adopt a child and plan an estate. Unlimited legal advice is offered at no cost to the employee. The benefits for the employer include increased efficiency and productivity from their workforce and reduced administration costs to handle personal matters. Another very attractive benefit is the very low cost involved in researching and implementing a group legal plan. In fact, such plans cost employers very little in terms of time and investment. Group plans are structured on a voluntary basis, paid for through payroll deductions from the workforce. Additionally, the carrier handles all the claims, redundant paperwork and customer service related to the plan. Group legal plans. Group legal plans in the workplace have experienced rapid growth recently because of their usefulness to both employer and employee alike. For the employee, a group legal plan is a cheap way to get legal coverage in much the same way as other traditional benefits. For as little as $20 per month deducted from payroll, an employee is put in touch with an attorney who can draft his will, buy or refinance a home, adopt a child and plan an estate. Unlimited legal advice is offered at no cost to the employee. The benefits for the employer include increased efficiency and productivity from their workforce and reduced administration costs to handle personal matters. Another very attractive benefit is the very low cost involved in researching and implementing a group legal plan. In fact, such plans cost employers very little in terms of time and investment. Group plans are structured on a voluntary basis, paid for through payroll deductions from the workforce. Additionally, the carrier handles all the claims, redundant paperwork and customer service related to the plan. Look before you take the leap into prepaid legal services. These are some of the questions you should ask if you're considering a prepaid legal plan. What's covered? Legal plans are offered in different models and differ in the specifics of what they cover. While phone consultation and simple drafting and reviewing of simple contracts are included across the board, more elaborate and complicated legal matters are not covered. It's best to review your own legal needs before you choose a legal plan. Ask which legal services will you need most and then choose a plan that provides the best coverage given those needs. For instance, if you're a business owner, lawsuits, lease and contract negotiations could be high on your list and you would be looking for a legal plan that provides coverage. Accordingly, what legal coverage do I already have? Don't pay for coverage twice. If you have car insurance, then you're covered for liability and medical protection. Home insurance covers you for injuries sustained on your property. Your existing insurance policies already cover some of your legal costs and there is no need to pay for that coverage when you select with a legal plan. Does the company have an in-house procedure to handle complaints? One of the stumbling blocks of prepaid legal services is quality of service. Newly licensed attorneys, phone calls not getting answered and that ointment on any client-lawyer relationship, fee disputes, typically involving bills made to your credit card to cover for services not included in your contract. This is just a specimen of the many problems people face with their plan providers. Make sure you select a plan that has clear guidelines as to how to settle dispute when they arise. A company that has a good in-house mechanism to handle complaints will generally assign a senior attorney with the authority to handle customer complaints of and disputes with any attorneys in the network. Secondary sources of resolution may include your state insurance department or bar association. Check their outlet for complaints against prepaid services. What is the quality of the work they provide? You'll need to do some homework before you select your legal provider. Ask these questions. What's the firm's reputation in my area? How many years have they been in business? Have they been operating in my local area for at least a year without complaints? How skilled are they attorneys? Do they cover the locale where my business operates? Some good places to start your background research: your state bar association, the Better Business Bureau and the Consumer Affairs Office. How to choose an attorney. Throughout the course of your legal problems you will have to make some tough decisions. If you were involved in an accident, then you have to choose between bringing criminal damages or press with a plaintiff case. If you've a small business and you were involved in a deal, then you have to decide whether to sign it or let it pass. There is no clear-cut answer in many of these dilemmas, and getting the right lawyer is crucial to you. We examine the perks of choosing a lawyer in a prepaid legal plan as opposed to hiring your own lawyer, and some simple steps you can take to choose a good attorney. The number one criterion has to do with a lawyer's legal ability. Someone who lays the law down for you, present you with options, explain the ramifications of each decision you make, and give you recommendations on the best course of action. In this day and age of complicated legal matters, many lawyers are increasingly specialized, and you stand to get better information from someone with a practice focus in a particular area of the law than a generalist who deals with a broad spectrum of legal issues. Building rapport is also very important. Your relationship with your lawyer can make or break your case. You need a lawyer who gives you candid advice and counsel you can trust, someone with enough perspective to step back from an issue and look at it from all perspectives. Client-lawyer relationships are very limited within a prepaid legal plan. Because of preventive nature of most plans, your contact with your lawyer will be limited on many occasions. You seldom get to talk to your lawyer face-to-face, as most of the consultation is done over the phone, and even when you get to talk to them, it's difficult to build rapport when your office consultations are limited to a dozen hours a year. The good news, however, is you still have some options left. When you sign up for a legal plan, you get to choose your lawyer, and there is a number of steps you can take to increase the likelihood of getting a good lawyer. First, you need to ask for referrals from previous clients. Ask around about good attorneys in the network. 1 NCE, you get a few names, check their educational background, their qualifications, and their professional track record with your state's bar association. After you receive your referrals, don't shy away from setting up interviews with attorneys in the network. Most don't mind receiving inquiries about what they do and how able they are. Ask tough questions. How long have they been in practice? How satisfied are their previous clients? How many legal problems of interest to you have they taken recently? Benefits of prepaid legal plan for your company. Employers are on the hunt researching benefit tools that are low cost, easily administered, and satisfy their employees' needs. One such tool is prepaid group insurance. We examine the benefits of having such a work benefit option from an employer's perspective. The first benefit employers expect from legal insurance plans is increased productivity and efficiency. Today's employees are interested in a variety of benefits to balance their work with their life requirements. Given that most American households had an issue with law last year that might have led them to hire a lawyer, it's only normal that a legal benefit would increase employees' morale and efficiency. Having legal benefit as part of a work benefit package can help the company recruit and retain the best employees. In this age of work benefit hysteria, many prospective employment candidates base their career choices on the set of benefit package provided by employers. Cost containment is another benefit. With less time and resources to be used for personal matters, the company expects to make significant savings on administrative costs. Limitations of prepaid legal services. Prepaid legal plans are promoted under the promise of cheap legal coverage, an attractive alternative to the high fees charged by regular attorneys and law practices. But under the gloss of accessible legal services for the general public lie a number of limitations. First, there's a limit on the scope of the legal services provided. Most of what is provided on an unlimited basis is phone-based. Calls to your attorney for advice and consultation on legal matters, or phone calls made on your behalf to third parties. Other benefits bundled in the plan are limited. Regular visits to your attorney's office is restricted to a dozen or so hours per month. The wills you want drafted or sample contracts reviewed will be carried out on 2 or 3 copies per year. More complex legal matters involving more time and effort on the part of your attorney are not provided outright. If you need representation in a court for a lawsuit on the recovery of damages or a complex lease contract reviewed and approved, then you have to pay regular lawyer fees. Some discounts of up to 25% apply, but you could get the same discounts, if not better, by the simple virtue of simple negotiations and clever comparison shopping. Second is the restriction on your choice of attorney and the quality of legal work provided. Although you are free to choose your own attorney, client-lawyer relationship and the building of rapport are harder to come by in this scheme. Prepaid legal plans are fraught with the rookie syndrome. The providers usually resort to employing newly licensed or trainee attorneys in a cost-cutting exercise. Someone who does mostly wills, trusts and sample contracts is probably not a good fit for a more complex legal issue like the custody of children. In this day of age of increasing specialization, it's better to ask someone with specialized knowledge and years of experience than it's to rely on a novice with a limited professional track record. If you go down the traditional way, then there is restricted pool of attorneys you can choose from. Your research will be easier and a lot more comprehensive. You can set up interviews with lawyers, ask for referrals from friends, previous customers, or check your local bar. Association. You're more likely to get a top-notch lawyer with who to build rapport, get competent advice and trust the judgment. Comprehensive access plans. If you're a member of a prepaid access plan and are not getting the legal services you think you need, then it's probably time to upgrade to a more comprehensive plan. A comprehensive prepaid legal service plan is designed to cover for the majority of your legal service needs in a given year. Access services such as legal advice and information by toll-free number and follow-up service are provided at no cost to you. It's in the realm of more complex legal matters that require more time and effort from your attorney that the comprehensive plan is more beneficial than a basic access plan. You can have your trust set up, instead of a simple will, and a more complicated business sale contract drawn up as opposed to a simple contract. Legal representation can equally be provided in court for some cases such as child custody. Comprehensive prepaid plans are most suitable for people who need business advice, have family trusts, or own real estate properties. Group legal plans benefits for employer and employee. A properly developed group legal insurance plan can be the perfect complement to any employer's work-life initiative. Considering that many employees are nowadays increasingly swayed by benefit options when making career decisions, legal insurance is a viable product for many employers. However, there's no single fit for all group legal plan for all organizations. For a start, each organization has a distinct list of requirements when contracting for legal insurance. A requirement built on the premise of reduced administrative costs will require a different set of legal services than requirements built on enhancing a benefits package or protect against liability. Legal plans also vary in what they offer, the quality of their customer service, flexibility of plan design, and finally the experience and professional track record of their panel of attorneys. In order to minimize the risk of poor service and plummeting employer satisfaction, an employer should conduct both requirements analysis amongst its employee base to cover for their different needs and a due research to select the most appropriate legal plan to fit those requirements based on experience, integrity, and track record. Common services offered by prepaid legal plans. Considering a prepaid legal plan. Here's a rundown of the services you're most likely to get and also some legal documents you need to sign before you enroll. Telephone and office consultation. You've unlimited telephone access to a panel of attorneys regarding any legal matter of interest to you. You can also make brief consultation visits to your lawyer for up to 30 minutes per day at no cost to you. The only condition placed on these two benefits is that you inquire about a different legal matter. This aspect of coverage provided by legal plans is one of the most beneficial because it promotes preventive law. Preventive law is very much like preventive medicine. It helps in anticipating potential problems and taking the appropriate legal steps so that unnecessary legal problems or risks are avoided. With a simple phone call to your lawyer, you can avoid getting embroiled in a hellish legal situation, and you can even identify legal rights you don't even know you had. Follow-up service. The panel of lawyers will write letters and make phone calls on your behalf to adverse third parties. Such follow-up service may be all it takes to solve many of your legal problems. Legal document review. Simple personal legal documents such as your insurance policies, sales contracts, and leases will be reviewed. Any questions of legal nature that you have about the documents will also get answered by your attorney. Drafting of wills. A will is a written document that regulates how you want your property distributed after your death. Your attorney will draft your will according to your state's laws so that it's valid when you die. He will also advise you on any provisions you might want to consider, such as appointing a guardian and establishing a trust. Discount on regular fees. Any additional services not covered in the written fee agreement will be at regular fees, either hourly or flat, with a discount between 20 to 30%. These services generally include family matters such as divorce and the custody of children, and court representation such as traffic tickets and lawsuits. Some of the legal paperwork you need to read carefully, agree on, and sign include the following. Written fee agreement. This is an agreement that outlines what services are provided in the plan, how much it costs, and the methods of payment. Grievance procedure. This document details the procedures that will be taken by the provider to resolve any complaints about attorneys or disputes. Regarding service fees, legal plans, an intro. What if you could pick up the phone and call an attorney to get advice about any and all legal matters of interest to you? The attorney would draft your will, review it and update it for every other year, make phone calls and write letters on your behalf, negotiate your contracts and represent you in court. If you're traveling in another state and need any form of legal advice, he will refer you to a competent attorney in that state for no extra cost to you. This all seems great on paper, but the mere thought of paying $100 an hour to put an attorney on retainer is enough to persuade most people not to seek legal coverage. You will be surprised to know that such coverage does indeed exist under an arrangement similar to your health or insurance plan. Prepaid legal plans offer you access to all these legal services for a monthly charge of $10 to $25. If you are employed, you may incur no charge if your employer provides legal services as a fringe benefit. Differences between prepaid and legal plans. It's not uncommon to see the terms legal plans and prepaid legal services used interchangeably. While they share a lot of characteristics in common, there are a number of differences you should be aware of. Both of these terms refer to an arrangement whereby you pay a fixed monthly or yearly fee in exchange for legal services. The idea behind them is to save consumers on high legal fees whilst offering a valuable service. That's where the differences lie: what kind of service is offered and what is covered. What are you entitled to in both schemes? Prepaid services cover for specific legal services, free phone consultation and advice, drafting of simple wills and trusts, review of sample contracts and writing of letters on your behalf. Legal services not provided will get charged at regular attorney fees, but you may be eligible for discounts. Legal insurance, by contrast, works much like other insurance plans, like health or car insurance. Although specific legal services are offered at times, your insurance provider will typically offer a policy that covers for all legal services. The policy will pay on behalf of you, the policyholder, or reimburse all expenses, costs or fees that you pay for legal services up to the policy limit. For instance, your policy might reimburse any fees incurred in your court judgments or pay your bail money, a service not provided by most prepaid legal plans. Your legal insurance is also pegged to other insurance policies you may already have. If you run into legal problems involving your other insurance, then your legal insurance policy will protect you against loss or liability. For instance, if you're involved in a car accident when your auto insurance has already run out and you are subsequently sued for recovery of damages, you will be protected by a legal plan insurance. The other difference between the two schemes is related to your choice of attorney. In a prepaid legal service, you get to choose from a restricted number of the attorneys in the network. By contrast, a legal insurance plan provides legal coverage regardless of attorney. You're free to set up interviews with any number of attorneys and choose the ones you think will provide the best service for your personal legal needs. Finally, prepaid legal plans are much more accessible to the general public. Legal plans are harder to come by as only a limited number of insurance companies offer such arrangements. Terms and conditions. Legal notice. The publisher has strived to be as accurate and complete as possible in the creation of this report, notwithstanding the fact that he does not warrant or represent at any time that the contents within are accurate due to the rapidly changing nature of the Internet. While all attempts have been made to verify information provided in this publication, the publisher assumes no responsibility for errors, omissions, or contrary interpretation of the subject matter herein. Any perceived slights of specific persons, peoples, or organizations are unintentional. In practical advice books, like anything else in life, there are no guarantees of income made. Readers are cautioned to rely on their own judgment about their individual circumstances to act accordingly. This book is not intended for use as a source of legal, business, accounting, or financial advice. All readers are advised to seek services of competent professionals in legal, business, accounting, and finance fields. You are encouraged to print this book for easy reading. Terms and conditions. Legal notice. The publisher has strived to be as accurate and complete as possible in the creation of this report, notwithstanding the fact that he does not warrant or represent at any time that the contents within are accurate due to the rapidly changing nature of the internet. While all attempts have been made to verify information provided in this publication, the publisher assumes no responsibility for errors, omissions, or contrary interpretation of the subject matter herein. Any perceived slights of specific persons, peoples, or organizations are unintentional. In practical advice books, like anything else in life, there are no guarantees of income made. Readers are cautioned to rely on their own judgment about their individual circumstances to act accordingly. This book is not intended for use as a source of legal, business, accounting, or financial advice. All readers are advised to seek services of competent professionals in legal, business, accounting, and finance fields. You are encouraged to print this book for easy reading. Don't leave before you press like button below and subscribe to this channel. As a subscriber, you will receive a new notifications every time a new video is uploaded. Good luck.